Gen Xers, let me ask you a serious question. Do you still play Pokemon? Do you play the new Pokemon games? Because I've been out for a long time, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people that have just walked away because the series lost its soul.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Now, let's get the video started.
Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Guys, I've been out of the Pokemon game for a long time as far as the modern games. This is the last game that I bought. Look at that. Pokemon Sword. And I don't even have it at the present. I gave it to my grandson because, you know, we got him a new Nintendo and the Deuce. And just so he could have a Pokemon game to play. He likes collecting Pokemon cards, so, you know, he could have some fun with that. But I've been out of the series for a longest time. I bought that game, and as soon as I played it, you know, I felt like, this looks like a PlayStation 3 era game. I mean, that's really what I felt, and I didn't like the aesthetics. I just didn't like it, you know. I didn't like it. It didn't have the excitement of the old 3DS games or anything like that. And to tell you the truth, the last time that I seriously played Pokemon was back in the Pokemon Go craze with my coworkers. I remember I was still single, had girlfriends, and we got out of work. And I kid you not, we were chasing Pokemon close to work. And we're trying to get Pokemon because they were just spawning all over the place, right? This is back in, I think it was 2016. And we were just driving around, man, and we lost track of time, you know? And we're using our phones, and girlfriend's been texting, and they were together. And me and my buddy, he's from Cebu. We're driving in his car, and we finally get, you know, to meet up with the girls. Like, sorry we're late and whatever, and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" You know, and we told them, "Hey, you know, we were catching Pokemon," and they thought we were that we were full of crap, right? They thought we were lying. That we went to the bar, maybe went to go smoke something, but it was the truth. And then, you know, we finally convinced them, and they were like, "You guys are stupid." You know, at that point, it was two grown men in their mid and late 40s, you know, chasing around Pokemon in parking lots and shopping centers. But we were having a good time, you know. And before that, it was playing the games that I played with my kiddos. You know, played on the N64, the Pokemon Stadium. I mean, I was around for all that. You know, and sometimes I think about that scene in The Breakfast Club. You Gen Xers are going to identify with this, right? Where the janitor's sitting there with the principal, and he tells them, you know, the kids haven't changed. You've changed, right? And is it that we've changed? You know, for a lot of kids, like for my grandkids, the new Pokemon series is all they know. They don't know anything about the previous ones. They look at those games and look at the graphics and they're like, nah, you know. And all they know is the new Pokemon games. You know, so that's what they play. That's what they know Pokemon for. They know the movie, you know, they know the new games, and they're okay with that. But for me, it lost the charm. You know, to me, to Gen Xers that were around at the time, right, that we played with this stuff, even some millennials, you know, Pokemon's always about Ash, Team Rocket, you know, the cartoons, all that stuff. You know, the old Game Boy games, the DS games. I mean, that was the era, right? That's where really a lot of people became engaged with these games. And, you know, I just don't feel that with the new entries. You know, I play the old ones. You know, I mean, I just, you know, on my Atari game station, I just started loading the older ones because that's what I knew I would play. And if I'm hanging around, for example, with my son, that's what I know what he'll play. You know, we got him old Pokemon cards for his birthday, you know, so he can play on his system. I gave him all my old Pokemon cards. He has them because I used to play with him as a kid, right? And I can play on my, you know, on my emulation on a Game Station Go, and I can play on my old DSs here that I have. You know, so there's games to go around, but it's not the same. You know, and it's not the same. But that doesn't mean that kids aren't enjoying them out there, because obviously they are selling. I see a lot of videos where people are going, oh, they're just buying slop. They could be doing so much more. Yeah, You know, I mean, from our perspective, we expect these games to, you know, give you more for the buck. I mean, these games that I'm seeing, you know, this AZ, you know, what is it? $60 on the regular Switch, 70 on the Switch 2. You know, I can't see paying that for that kind of quality. I'm sorry. I mean, it just, you would expect a game to be a lot more, but, you know, as they say, you know, if people are willing to pay it, why are they going to change, right? If it ain't broke, why fix it? Why are you going to go and spend more money if you could just make this type of product, not spend that much on the graphics, not spend that much on the budget now that we know with the leaks, you know, and it's still there. But to me, right, the old Pokemon that I grew up with, the old Pokemon that I played, that I enjoyed with my kids, on the Game Boy, on the N64, on the DS, you know, on the Game Boy Color, those times are gone. You know, and it just doesn't do it for me. And like I told you, I played, you know, I played on the Pokemon Go on my cell phone, on my iPhone. And, you know, if these were cell phone games, maybe I would give it a go. But for a console game, you know, I just don't see it. Now, is it me? Am I just getting too old? I'm not appreciating, you know, what this new generation is putting out? Or is it that I just hate change? You know, and if it's not Ash that I see there, if I don't see Team Rocket, you know, you know, if I don't see the old Pikachu and Meowth, you know, it doesn't do it for me. You know, it is what it is. To me, the game has a lot of nostalgia. It reminds me of playing not only with my kids, but watching my kids play, you know, because I would buy those games, and those are games that the kids would love to play. You know, the girls would like to watch. You know, the one where you take pictures, I forgot, you know, Pokemon Snap, you know, was another one where you just go around and take pictures of Pokemon. You know, that was fun for them. But this new generation of Pokemon, man, it just isn't for me. You know, in some cases, I think I wish it was. I wish it was a better product. I wish it had some more callbacks to the old. I wish the aesthetics were different. But it's not, you know, and that's why I stopped playing the series, because it just didn't hold any connections for me. And I think I'm not the only one from the reactions that I've been seeing now for a couple of years. I mean, just not this release, for a couple of years, a lot of people feel the same, right? But the reality is that Pokemon has never made more money. They're making buku profits. So let me ask you, have we changed? Or has the game changed? The game has changed, but we also have changed too. We're just getting older. It's part of the game, man. Guys, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.
If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you can, join.